guest tonight is an Emmy, Grammy, and Peabody Award-winning comedian. He's hosting the season finale of Saturday Night Live this week with musical guest Rihanna. He's also the writer, director, and star of the acclaimed series Louie, which airs Thursday nights on FX. Please welcome Louis C.K.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. So
Nice
this
to be
is
here.
3 hosting in 3 years for you.
That's right.
3 in a row. It's a big deal.
It is. I should probably slow down a little bit.
No, it's good. When you got a hot hand like this, if you take a year off, you might just fall out of favor.
I might be not able to do it anymore.
Right.
But it does seem like ill-advised to keep doing, to host over and over again, because there's a finite amount of good in me. You know what I mean?
Oh, right. So you just, yes.
So if I do too many, I actually had one good friend of mine say, because they asked me to host, and I was like, should I take a year off of hosting? Because I've done it twice in Europe. And so my friend, who's very famous, and I can't name her, she said, you know, as your fan, I'd like to see you not host this year. And then my other friend, who's even more famous, said, you know, I'm your friend. I think you should take a year off.
Wow.
And so I was like, I'm doing it. Now I got to do it.
Yeah, now you got to prove. Yeah.
Now I have to do it because there's so many signs that it's going to be like some kind of a awful disaster or something.
Yeah.
And when you get an opportunity like that, you got to go for it.
Well, here's the thing, too. I can guarantee you this. If you run out of good on Saturday, Rihanna will not.
That's right.
So
she's excellent.
That's not. It's not going to happen with musicians. So if anything goes wrong, it's
at
on
least
you.
there's the 2 songs.
Yeah.
That'll be great. The rest of it's sorry. No, I love hosting the show. I love it. It's one of my favorite
And you
things
had
I do.
auditioned for the show years ago.
Yeah.
But no hard feelings now or ever? Have you? Did you ever have hard feelings?
No, of course not.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't be in show business and not get things and then get upset. You know, it's just the way it goes. But I did audition at a comedy club. They had a bunch of comedians went on, and everybody on that audition but me got hired. Every single person. It was. I was like.
Did you feel? Did you feel?
Lord have mercy. Yeah, it was tough.
Did you feel during it like, oh, everybody's doing great?
Yeah, during the audition,
yeah.
I had a good set. I did good.
Okay, yeah.
I did good. They just didn't, which makes it harder to not get it.
Right.
Because if you bomb, you're like, well, you know, I had a bad night. But I had a great night, and they're like, no. No, not the best version of you. We don't want it anywhere near this place.
And then so you wrote for Late Night this very show when Conan was doing it.
That's right.
And every now and then you'd have to maybe fight for your comedy with the host, which happens still. I will let you know, still happens today.
Of course it does.
Writers are always and my writers, of course, I'm the one that has to wear a suit and tie, so they immediately treat me like the man. Right.
No, they hate you.
Yeah.
God, they
It's a
hate
good way of
so
putting
much.
it.
You'll never know how much they hate you. Well, you know, writers are in their 20s. I was in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought, I just saw it like, I want to get my stuff on the show, you know. Now I know that I was working for people that I should have been helping because they were giving me money. If somebody hires you anything and they pay you money that you then go live your life with, you should really want to do whatever they need, you know? That's what I believe. At the time, I didn't believe that. I just thought, you know.
You can still sneak stuff on with the announcer.
Yeah, because on basically you try to find your way around the approval process. You know, there's a head writer and there's producers and there's standards and practice. But on Conan's show, there was a announcer named Joel, and he would make a little joke before he said Conan's name, like a little offside joke. So me and my friend Dino, who were like 2 of the more, had been there longer than other writers, we realized nobody checks those. You just write them and you hand them to the guy. So
it was a side door.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we were like, what can we... So we came up with one, which was, he said, he goes, last night, the missus gave me a pearl necklace. Yeah. That's about a 40% understanding what the joke means, right? I think. I don't know how many of you understand the pearl necklace idea. You don't know what it means to give your wife, or any woman... or nice man.
Yeah, exactly.
A pearl necklace.
Yeah. And did he? Joel didn't.
You guys get it?
We'll throw,
I'm sure they get it.
We'll throw up a link down here, an internet link.
right here.
And
That'll explain what a pearl necklace.
It might just say the internet.
Yeah,
You can just find it from there.
Yeah. Google pearl necklace.
Yeah.
You'll see a bunch of pearl necklaces and
And you would,
what
now
this
just to
joke
make
means.
it clear, the unconventional one that doesn't fit the sort of the Zales page.
I would not have been excited to get a joke on
and
the air
Joel didn't know
about jewelry.
He was in the 60% that didn't know.
Well, who cares what he's just
Right,
the guy who reads the stuff. But yeah, he was like, what is this? Just read it. Yeah, he had no power.
Yeah. And did you feel...
But me and Dino were so excited, and we were giggling in the bathroom. I can't believe we got the joke on the air. And then the head writer was in the stall. We didn't know he was in there. And he said, what joke? And we told him the joke, and he was like, oh, well, that's a stupid joke, because he didn't get it. He didn't get it. So...
We'll come back, talk about Louis, because the season's been incredible. We'll be right back with more from Louis C.K. This is season 5 of Louis, yes?
That's right.
And then this week you did an episode. The entire episode was a nightmare.
Yeah, it was a nightmare that kept coming back.
And we usually show the clip before the guest comes out, but we thought it would you maybe need to set up the clip, or else people would think it was too weird.
Yeah. This isn't what the show's usually like.
Right, that's what we felt like it would just push people to the other.
I was hesitant to do a dream show, but this is about somebody having nightmares that they won't go away. It happens to me once in a blue moon. I'll have a nightmare, wake up, go back to sleep, and they're all, hey, waiting for me. And it just keeps going. So this is an episode about that.
So this is here's a clip from Louis' nightmare episode.
Don't do it. I'm telling you.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
All right, this next guy is really funny. Please help me welcome Louis C.K.
Oh my God!
Very good. Do you have That's a nightmare. I'm not the specific shape of, but having to go on stage not ready, or is that a nightmare for you?
Yeah, I mean that's also my real penis.
Oh, it is. Because it played as a joke.
No,
Did you
that's
notice?
the thing is, and it clears for standards because it doesn't look like most people's penis.
That's the way around it.
Yes, I usually when I have dreams where I'm naked, there's something wrong. With what's going on down there, and that took a lot of work to. We had these artists that kept making different shapes.
Oh, and you would send them back to the shop?
Yes.
Wow.
A bunch. That was like literally, it was like the 20th version.
Wow.
We made a bunch because we wanted to make something that could be on television. So it had to be genitaliac.
Right.
But it had to be creepy and not, so we ended up with this kind of crawler looking thing. Kind of pinwheel.
Yeah.
It was, because I was like, I couldn't look like it was like hacked off.
Right.
It had to look like it just was.
That was what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
My favorite thing about that discussion right there is someone's job to look at that and to say it's in or out.
Yeah. It's somebody. It's very serious. They look at it and they're like, okay, tell us what is it, the texture? And we talked on the conference calls about that.
You also, of the many things you do on the show, edit, write, direct, star in, you are a part of the music as well. And this was a thing that a lot of people at the end of the show couldn't quite wrap their heads around. They thought it was an actual song.
That's right.
This played during the credits.
Yeah.
And I want to play the song, but talk through it first, or you want to play it first?
Well, it's basically during the end credits after I finally solved the nightmare problem, and now I'm sleeping soundly, and there's this very sweet song on. And it's meant to feel like a real song. But then just listen to and I'll explain how we made it. But
all right. So the most important thing here is listen to this beautiful song, but really listen to the lyrics.
Their smiling faces give me diarrhea.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Gorgeous.
song.
Yeah.
And it feels like
Thank you.
gorgeous. Felt like a different era, of a different era.
That's right. Well, I was making music for this episode. I have this band, these guys that are called Sweet Pro, and this guy Matt Kilmer's the composer, and we make music together. I don't have any musical training. I could never do what you guys do, but I get to go and just like whistle and hum at them, and they make music. So I was trying to come up with something for this episode, and we had an opera singer, a real opera singer who was singing this beautiful music. Her name is Giselle, I forget her last name. Giselle Bella.
Okay. Well, that's certainly...
Giselle Bella, pause, Z.
Okay.
Yes. So she was there singing opera, and she has such a pretty voice. And I thought, what about like a Roy Orbison kind of a song with her voice? And I just scratched these lyrics down and showed them to Matt, because I had to leave. I had to go pick up my daughter at school. And so he said, well, sing it. So I sang it into his iPhone. So somewhere there's a version of me singing that into an iPhone. And then he emailed me that night, and I was like, you got to be me. That's the greatest thing in the world. So we threw it on the end of the...
It is really beautiful. And it is
the word diarrhea is lovely.
Yeah.
When you don't know what it means. I mean, for me, I love the word diarrhea.
Yeah. And so now to actually add on the layer of it, being beautifully
sang by
sung.
a beautiful woman.
In that sort of theme, in that area, there was a great scene this year with you and the actress to play your daughter.
Yeah.
You have to go to the bathroom. You're walking down the
real
street,
bad,
and this is something. This is an idea you had. Is this based?
What my show is.
Yeah.
Diarrhea and poop.
Yeah, and some others, some beautiful.
And penises that don't work. It's a class show.
It's a classy show.
Yeah.
It's real. It's PBS next year, right?
That's right.
It's going to be on right on after Downton Abbey.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Laura Linney will
French
introduce
horn.
it.
That's right.
Tonight on Louie.
Diarrhea.
But this is something you've thought about, because you have to go to the bathroom. You're with your daughters. You're trying to make it home in time. You don't.
Well, it's New York living, you know, and you're out on the streets with your kids, and all of a sudden you got to go. I can't use a public restroom. Like, I just have too many phobias that I need to have the deed of the building I'm pooping in my hand, and, you know, 3 locked doors between me and the next person.
Yeah.
That's what I need in order to let go.
Yeah.
So the first year of the show, I wrote this thing where I'm with my daughter. At the time, my daughters were like 4 and 2. And as a single dad, when you're out with your kids that little in New York City, if you got to go, you can't leave them out in the street.
Right.
Or even in a store. You got to bring them in with you, and they got to watch you poop.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like in an airport, your kids are just standing in the stall of the men's room watching you poop. It's part of being a dad.
Yeah.
But so I didn't do the bit, though, because I just thought it's just pooping. I don't want to do it. And Pamela Adlon, who's a producer on my show, she's like, you got to do it. Every year, she's like, you got to do the poop. We call it Poop Race 2000. We call it Race 2000, but you're going to bleep that.
Sure.
But so, okay. So this year, I thought of an ending, which I hadn't thought of, because now my daughters are grown. You know, they're like 13 and 10. And so now it's about them helping me. They're trying to help me find a bathroom. And then at the end, I know I'm not going to make it home, and I'm too far from any public restroom, so I've got to let go. I realize it's time. I'm in too much pain. I know I can't make it. I got to let go. I got to decide to poop in my pants on the street.
Yeah.
And I push my daughters away, and I say, get away from me. Don't look at me. You know, go far away from me.
Terrified, they're sad, they're upset.
Yeah, they're really
I will
upset.
say, watching it, I also felt relief.
Yeah.
When you let go.
That moment, I realized that was when I came up with that, I thought that's worth doing, because that's profound. That there's no worse feeling. There's no worse feeling that in regular life than when you got to go number 2 and you can't. Which, by the way, for me is number 1 in my book. I don't know why they call it. But when you got to go and you can't, there's just nothing. I mean, your whole body, your whole system gives up on you, and and then when you decide, I'm deciding it's okay to poop in my pants on the street, and you cross over that threshold, and you just go, come on, let me have it, baby. You're having an experience. You're going like, this is it. I'm choosing the worst thing ever, but I'm choosing it.
Yeah.
And as it happens, you're just like, God is good, you know?
Yeah. Because you instantly feel better.
Everything's better.
Yeah.
Everything's better.
You can face the world. The actresses who play your daughters are so great, and you can not only can you do more with your daughters in real life? But because they're becoming better actresses, it's
Yes, they
on
are.
the show. It's really
well,
wonderful.
the little one who's kind of, you know, she's really on fire all the time. And for this thing where she's trying to help me find a bathroom to poop in, she's just going, "Come on, Dad, you have to poop." And I'm like, "No, you have to. This is the worst thing that ever happened." I said, "When I tell you to go away so I can poop in my pants, you have to act like you're a refugee being taken away from your dad."
She's great.
She's like, "That would be so awful." I said, "Yes, and this is only funny if it's that awful."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah," and she got it. So she nailed the scene.
Your daughter's in real life now. You raised them in New York instead of LA, which is great. You live here, so
I
it
live
makes
here.
sense. Yeah.
It would be really hard.
Send them away.
No, honey, you live in Los Angeles.
But you also you make sure they're not getting the luxury of show business from you. They're taking the bus to school.
They
still.
take the bus, yeah. My oldest daughter takes the bus. Little one, I still walk her to school, but the oldest one gets up at 6:35 and she's on the bus at like 7. You know, she's got to take the bus. And I've got this nice toasty Mercedes sitting there, and I'm like, "It's not for you, baby. Not for you. You didn't make that money." No. I try to teach her, you know, I think New York is a good place for kids to grow up, and she's got to learn common sense. One thing I teach her that I tell all kids that I know her age is, you know, sometimes creepy people in New York want to say something to you, or whenever somebody in New York goes like, "Excuse me," like this, I tell her, "You keep walking, and you shouldn't feel bad."
Yeah.
Because he's like, "Can I ask you something?" Who would ask a little girl something? Who that's lost? "Oh, there's a child alone. Can you help me out with something?" So that's not a good person. You keep walking. Don't worry about it.
Good lessons to learn. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah,
Always
man.
a pleasure to see you. Louis C.K. everyone, welcome to SNL this week with musical guest Rihanna and Louis. It's Thursday nights on FX. We'll be right back with Sharon Osbourne.